What are straight up facts people won't swallow?
Good looks is very much a desirable trait in a society where people will judge your character, personality, etc., based on your looks before knowing the real you. People with good looks also tend to fare better in society. Your birth is a crap game. You could be born in a nice country like America, places in Europe, Japan, etc., etc., or you could be born in some war-torn third world country. You could be born with wonderful loving parents, or hateful, neglectful, abusive ones. Haters are gonna hate no matter what. Hating is what they do, and they can't be changed. No matter what you do, change, to appease haters, they're gonna hate you. Death comes whenever it wants. One minute you're wishing your loved one a good day at work. Next minute you get a call informing you he or she died in a car accident, and in the blink of an eye your world is turned upside down and their world is gone forever. The world loves and revolves around money. Money isn't everything, that's true. You don't need to have a lot of money to be happy in life. Money is an unfortunate necessity. First world countrymen and women. Chances are, your life isn't bad at all, and yet we complain over petty and trivial things. Heck, some people commit suicide and end their lives over petty, trivial things. For the most part, we are very privileged compared to the millions of people in this world truly struggling to get by, and many of those people can't do a thing about it. Many people are literally just waiting for their life to end. Every corpse on Mount Everest was once a very motivated person. Motivation isn't enough sometimes. You can do everything right and still fail miserably. Many people don't truly love one another. They think they do, they will swear on their mother's life they do, but not many in today's time knows how powerful true love is. Love is a word that many people throw around for their self-satisfaction. Everyone is all lovey-dovey until the shit hits the fan, problems arise, and suddenly their love is tested. Speaking of love, love is a two-way street. You can truly love another man/woman with all your heart, have a burning passion and true, undying love for him/her. But if they don't truly love you back, your love means nothing for the most part, and chances are, your relationship will break apart no matter how good you are. It hurts deeply to love and not be loved back at all, or to the same extent. No one is going to save you. No one is entitled to be your savior. The government is not there to spoon-feed you. It's your life and it's 100% your responsibility. Stop waiting around for someone to come and save you. If you do, almost always, you will be disappointed. Sometimes, it's not what you know, it's who you know. You see the kid who didn't do well in school but now he has a better job than you? Well, he must have known someone, or his parents know someone who helped him get the job. You can be very talented but unsuccessful because you don't know enough people. Some people will always find something to be offended about, no matter how trivial or petty. Some people are just those sort of people.
Some people are going to find fault no matter what. You could cure cancer and give them the prescription and they would still complain. You have to become rich and famous to really understand that being rich and famous won't make you happy. Same thing with your career. But you have spent so much time seeking status, wealth and fame that your youth is already behind you. High school and college aren't the best years of your life. Sometimes they are the worst. If your family has scapegoated you, nothing you say can change that. Opening your heart to them will just give them more fuel for the fire. Some people are closed-minded. No amount of facts will ever change their minds. People make decisions based on subconscious decisions first. Rationalizing comes later. You can't figure out why someone did something because they probably don't know, either. You don't need to be richer than Bill Gates to be satisfied. But you won't be unless you are at least a bit richer than your neighbor. Voting doesn't matter.
Wrong.
It is just a feel-good activity, like the toy steering wheels we put for kids on their car seats. You can make engine noises if you want. We aren't going to do anything about climate change until it is too late.
You are fake news.
The reason your 25-year friend from high school unfriended you after you posted a political meme is because they never really gave a shit about you. They won't regret unfriending you later, either. Facebook has made Thanksgiving dinner with Uncle Bob far more tense than it should be. Money can't buy happiness, but you can't be happy without enough of it to meet your basic needs. 6 months from now that new car will seem, may. Your confidence in succeeding at a difficult task is inversely proportional to your ability to actually do well at that task.
A randomly selected person has a 0.0086% chance of becoming world famous. You're almost twice as likely to die in an airplane, 0.0142%. Yet everyone still thinks they'll be the next Ariana Grande or the next Mark Zuckerberg. The majority of the failures that someone experiences and proceeds to blame on external factors can actually be attributed to their own shortcomings. This is also known in the field of psychology as the self-serving bias. This may be a controversial one, but often, we tend to overestimate the degree to which people care about us. We sometimes perceive common decency to be genuine caring. Work ethic is the most prominent indicator of success, in most cases. But people want to attribute others' success to natural talent because they don't want to appear lazy. Looks are more important than people want to admit. They just don't want to appear shallow. However, evolution has shown that physical attractiveness plays an influential role in how we perceive others. Bad habits, like smoking or gambling, are just as harmful for ourselves as they are for everyone else. Even if soulmates exist, people have almost no chance of meeting their true soulmate. Climate change. Pretty self-explanatory. Life often isn't as unfair as people like to assume. It's just that we choose to ignore the times when life is unfair in our own favor.
Closure doesn't exist. Whether it's a breakup, death of a loved one, or anything else, you will certainly never have all the answers, probably never be completely without pain from it, and might never be yourself again. People spend very little time thinking or caring about you, are generally too busy with their own shit to notice your successes or shortcomings, and you mean way more to yourself than you do to anyone else. This is either upsetting or liberating, probably both. You will die in a finite, countable, and relatively small number of days. This month alone accounts for, if we're optimistic, 1/1000th of your entire existence. You will probably spend most of this time either bored, or occupied with the repetitive, meaningless, and unfulfilling activity that brings you no joy. You have total freedom, your life is truly within your control, and your actions have real and far-reaching consequences. You can choose to do an unthinkable number of things and have unbelievable experiences. You probably won't. Your emotions are so complex that the things you think you care about, you probably don't care about very much, and the reason you feel the way you do is most likely so stupid that if I could tell you what it was you wouldn't believe me. You can, will, and do allow a 10-second experience to ruin your entire day. Everyone who would remember, appreciate, or be affected by your actions and character will themselves perish. There is no corporeal form of immortality. Someone will be the last person to listen to Elvis or read Shakespeare. No matter what you do, you will regret both it, and whatever you didn't do. You are no more deep or dark than anyone else. Whatever revelation, secret, thought, fantasy, or understanding you think you alone possess is shared by thousands, millions, or billions of other people. The things you've experienced, what they've taught you, and the innermost workings of your mind do not make you special. There is likely someone out there who shares every meaningful thought you ever had. You will likely never meet them. If you do, you will never know.
1. Just because I find you attractive, doesn't mean I like you. You're pleasing to my eyes, not my heart or my soul. It's not that deep. 2. But that's just how I am. That's no excuse for you treating other people horribly. You can change. Just because you're like it doesn't mean it's an excuse for your behavior. 3. Doing nothing can also be a part of the issue. 4. You don't have to be with someone or be talking with them 24/7 to have a good relationship with them. 5. You're not being oppressed if people are trying to get rights that you've always had. 6. No one is going to randomly fall in love with you. You have to talk with people and spend time with them. Make an effort. 7. There's no point in arguing with someone whose main goal is to misunderstand you. 8. Be careful that the type you think you're interested in isn't just your wound seeking out familiar ground. 9. You could be the toxic one. 10. Toxic people doesn't mean that they're evil or have ill intentions. It could just be that they're not good for you. Their energy is toxic to yours. That's okay. 11. It's okay to just be. 12. Being in a relationship won't fix your problems. Don't expect them to. 13.
Girls/women actually like nice guys/men. But you probably aren't as nice of one as you think you are. 14. Self-care does not mean selfishness. And if someone thinks that, you have some serious thinking to do.